I think there's an intervening hill to climb, which is
there's a few of them.
you need an operating system, right? And you need some standards, right? There are things that would run on Windows that won't run on Linux or whatever it is. And you need to figure out the way. There's a sort of abstraction layer that allows these things to talk to one another. And I think we've made progress in that area the last 10 years for sure.
Well, it is the operating system though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's exactly it.
There's a fundamental problem though, because like computers are made for traditional software where you have a well-defined use case, well-defined set of steps you're going to follow to get from point A to point B. You know, it's.
I don't know that I agree with that. Like think of a video game, you know, okay. Where I think, you know, it is about delivering. And I think we happen to use apps in a lot of cases like that. Right. But I think that if you look at sort of the operating system in this really, really kind of basic way, you know, it's how do you move data around? You know, how do you write programs? How do you get them to talk to each other in kind of a repeatable way? Right. Just this sort of, you know, the Linux notion that everything is a file. Right. I think it's some of those like core, like foundation model, you know, layers of abstraction that I think are really, really key to building out everything else. Right.
Okay. So follow-up question. Do you think natural language is that interface? I think that's what, if you ask someone from like OpenAI, they might respond and say, natural language is our user interface for machine learning. That's what prompting is all about. That's what few-shot learning is all about in context learning.
Yeah, I don't agree, I think, on several levels. I think this is where OpenAI is kind of missing the forest for the trees a little bit, right? Is like, is natural language useful? Yes. Is natural language the one interface? Absolutely not. Any more than like shouting out, what, like Siri was successful? No, come on, people don't want that. I think that natural language, while it's an occasionally useful thing, and while that will probably be a useful control plane out of many, right? I think that, and even really specifically looking at things like prompt engineering and zero-shot learning, I think that even OpenAI has started to recognize really conclusively, while those are useful control planes, they are very definitively not the full picture. And you can't get to a full problem understanding with only those layers of control.